Hey, book lovers, and welcome back to the Reading Crossbow Podcast, the show where we take aim at the most bookish topics out there and hit you with a straight shot of truth, humor, and deep reader feelsies. I'm your host, Lana, and today we're diving into something that's been haunting my bookshelf and my bank account. Bonus chapters and collector's editions, and why some of us are buying the same book 2 or 3 times just to feel like we've had the complete experience. So if you've ever felt betrayed by a pre-order or stared longingly at a foil-covered version of a book you already own, this one's for you, so let's get started. Okay, so let's talk about bonus chapters. Bonus chapters used to feel like little treasures. They were special content you'd find tucked in the back of a book at the end, and they were a wonderful little surprise. But lately, they've become a strategy, and for a lot of us, a really frustrating one. So if you're like me, you pre-order your favorite author's books the moment that you hear the pre-order is live. And those of us that do that, we're the real ones. Without us, authors and publishers don't get those early first numbers that help them judge how successful their sales are going to be. But what do we get for that loyalty? More often than not, the basic copy, and then a few months later, boom, there's a new edition with a never-before-seen bonus chapter. Maybe it's from a different character's POV. Maybe it adds juicy context. Maybe it completely changes how you see everything. And suddenly you're sitting there wondering, do I really have to buy another $28 hardcover for just one chapter? And let's get even more real. Sarah J. Maas is probably the most famous, or infamous, person for this. She's an incredibly talented author with a huge fan base, and she knows how to keep that hype alive. But nearly every release seems to come with a Target exclusive bonus chapter. A Barnes & Noble edition, an indie edition, and then some editions that have bonus content you literally can't get unless you buy from a specific retailer. And fans? We're torn. We love the stories, we want everything, but it's starting to feel like a loyalty tax. Now, I'll acknowledge that Sarah J. Maas puts her bonus chapters online for free, so saying that, and I appreciate that, but I can't help but feel FOMO every time a new edition comes out and I'm sitting here with my vanilla copy. Now, let's add another layer to the frustration cake. Collector editions. Sprayed edges, foil embossing, hidden covers, illustrated end papers, and alternate dust jackets. We're in the golden age of aesthetic publishing. And I'm not even that mad about it. Because yes, I want a shelf full of books that look like magical artifacts. I do. But here's the problem. Those editions often come after we've already bought the regular one. Sometimes weeks later, with no heads up. It's like, oh, you got this standard version? That's cute. Here's the Dragon Scale edition with Stardust printed pages and a ribbon bookmark forged by the Fae. Once again, readers feel like they're missing out, or worse, like they're not true fans unless they collect them all. And I get it. It's just part of business. Fancy editions sell. But there's a line between celebration and manipulation. And for a lot of readers, that line is getting blurred. And honestly, this isn't just a book world problem. Let's talk about the music industry for a second. Artists have perfected this strategy. Vinyl re-releases in 5 different colors, K-pop albums with exclusive photo cards, Taylor Swift dropping multiple vinyls with slightly different covers, all with the same music. Did you know that T-Swift has released 36 versions of the Tortured Poets Department? 36. All spread between digital, vinyl, CD, and yes, even cassette. And each with something different that other copies do not have, and usually an acoustic version of a popular track. And if you bought all of these at retail price because you're a diehard Tortured Poets Department fan, it would cost you almost $700. So what's the result? Fans end up buying 4 versions of the same album just to collect everything. Sound familiar? So whether it's books or records, what's really being sold is a feeling of belonging or having the full experience of being part of the inner circle here. And that's powerful. But it can also be exploitive. So here's the big question. Where do we draw the line? We love extra content. We want to support authors and artists, but it shouldn't come at a cost of transparency, accessibility, or reader trust. If a bonus chapter is written, shouldn't it be available to all readers who've purchased the original copy immediately? Now, like I said, Sarah J. Maas, that's my example for this episode, is good at putting up her extra chapters, but other artists are not. And you have to rely on readers who put up versions on Reddit, and that just feels kind of shady when it shouldn't. And what feels worse sometimes is that unless you're signed up for a digital newsletter with all of your favorite authors, like all of them, you won't even know that a new chapter was released, even if it's free. So when this happens, I get into like a mini panic when I realize that for months I might have missed out on something and everybody got to read something that I didn't, and I just hate it. I don't know how you feel, but wouldn't it be nice, just maybe, if publishers can cool it on the surprise edition drops? Kinda, please. Give us a heads up so we can choose the version we really want, not feel like we're always playing catch up here. When I pre-order, I want these options, all of them. And then trust me, I'll pay for it. I might even buy 2 of them, but it'd be really nice to know up front. So to wrap up, we love books. We love beautiful editions. We love bonus chapters, but we also love feeling respected as readers. If you've ever bought a second copy of a book just for a bonus chapter, or if you felt left out because your version isn't the cool one, you're not alone. I feel this way, and I'm curious if you do too. So let me know your thoughts in the comments because I want to hear your take. And also, please don't forget to subscribe. We are a struggling new YouTube account who needs to hit 500 subscribers so we can make that first level of partner. So I hope you help us out and join us next week because my co-host Rob and I will be covering his book choice this month, which is The Escherman. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week.